Thank you, Rahulji. Let me first correct very little information that we have had an opportunity to work for 75 GIs from 6 states of India, and now the 7 states has again this started. Uh, then basically more than 45% amongst our all geographical indication applications are agriculture application, agri GI, what we can say. Uh, yes, before I move to my presentations, basically, I would like to give a little background on geographical indications. As rightly mentioned by Rahulji, this is somehow untapped uh, area of intellectual property right. We all know about the various forms of intellectual property right: patent, copyright, trademark, industrial design. But unfortunately, we can say the most important intellectual property right, but not really commercialized in the right way. So I would be taking you to the next, basically this stage of commercialization of intellectual property right called communities intellectual property right. By name, you can say geographical indication, that is GI. And there are different type of communities are involved for GI. And GI is a geographic specific. Say, for an example, Darjeeling tea. Darjeeling tea is an agriculture GI from West Bengal, and you will find this tea is unique. So GI is number one, is a community's intellectual property right. Number two, you can say this is geography specific, your area specific unique product, and that product carries some uniqueness in terms of nutritional value, in terms of you can say medicinal value, or in terms of some aesthetic values and etc. So that area, that particular area gives uniqueness to that product, and that product gets the identity as a special tag in the form of geographical indication, and that is a community's intellectual property, where we can say this product is entitled to fetch premium price from the market. That is where the geographical indication is plays an important role. So this GIE, you can say, can be granted to three types of goods. One is agriculture good, which I have mentioned about the Darjeeling tea. Second is a manufactured goods can also get the GI as per the GI Act enacted in India. It may include textile, it may include handicraft, it may includes handlooms, and it may include certain kind of liquors. So Goa Feni is manufactured goods. So that is example you can see. Then Banarsi sari, Chanderi sari, or Paithani sari, those are manufactured goods, are supported. The third category in India where you can register as a GI is natural goods. So natural goods, we have two natural goods registered as a geographical indication, and I can give you one example is a Makarana marble. Makarana marble from the Rajasthan received the GI for as a natural goods, and you will find Makarana marble is used there in Taj Mahal, and also Victoria Palace. So, in short, let me summarize the introductory note on geographical indication. Geographical indication is intellectual property right. Number two, this is communities intellectual property right. Number three, there are three categories of the goods can get the geographical indication. A, B, C. A is agriculture, B is manufactured goods, and third, C is natural goods. So these are the goods which can get the geographical indication as per the India's Geographical Indication Protection and Registration Act is concerned. This act we have enacted basically in 1999, however, came into force 2001, the first GI was registered, Darjeeling tea. And today you will find Darjeeling tea can only be produced at Darjeeling, and today you will find Darjeeling tea is getting a premium price. So that is a success model of Darjeeling tea, where you will find in quality tag in the form of geographical indication is given to the Darjeeling. So that is what where I am concluding. Geographical indication is there to give the premium price to the community. Geographical indication is the area specific goods which can carry reputation, goodwill, and entitled to get the premium. So now let me start on the today's topic: how we can commercialize the geographical indication, or can be cultural entrepreneurships through the our geographical indication. Yes, there are. Basically there we have to be very focused. Otherwise, I will not talk much on the geographical indication, the process, the registration, technical part, legal part, requirement, etc. We have already covered in our previous session, where you can click on Google and find nation building with the GI. But today I'll be more focused on entrepreneurship, more and furthermore focus on cultural entrepreneurship through the geographical indication, and where we can take the help of the various example or success stories happen there globally. At the same time, what will happen in India and what had happened at my personal end, as I have had an experience of working on 75 GIs, and rightly mentioned by the owl, we have received the success, we have received the registration for the 29, and many of them already successfully commercialized. So let me start with one by one. What is the global scenario on geographical indication? Let's start with the China. They have more than 9,000 GIs in last years. Then you will find in European Union they have 60,000 GIs, and you can see that Hungary and Germany they have more than 15,000, and GIs are in force. Here is the crux for today's entire session, where you can see during pandemic also European Union particularly utilize this community's intellectual property right for their support system, as a support system for the economy, where it's very this news is very specific about the GI sale value in Europe in 2020. The GI sale value in Europe you will find is 75 billion euros. So, and what one can imagine how much is the revenue they have generated. And further, you will find more around 15 billion euros they have generated through the exports. So it's very clear message to all of us that if you have a geographical indication that carries a goodwill and reputation and identity, and there you can fetch the premium price, there you can also fetch the foreign exchange through exporting your goods to the other countries. Further, you can also say you are helping the international community, giving them a unique product from your place. And that is what successfully European Union did. Their champagne, their Scotch whiskey, their sweet chocolates are available in India and any part of the world. So what are those? Those champagne, the Scotch whiskey, and the sweet chocolates are registered registered geographical indication. They called it as a PGI, protected geographical indication, and then successfully they have grabbed the all over globe market, and their unique product is available worldwide. So here is the message to all of us that commercial exploitation of your unique product is possible through the GI tag, and that is commercializing the geographical indication is very important. And you will find these products are not new product; they have a history, they have uniqueness, and they are from particular area. So when you say history, its history can be traced back to ages, hundreds of years ago. The indigenous community began on that. So champagne you can see from the France, from the small village, but there that is a kind of an heritage tag from the champagne, and that's why that is also we can call it as a cultural symbol. And these are from the certain communities. So we can say specific kind of communities applied their intellect and created a unique product that can be protect not only community but also protect or promote the entire nation's economy. And there you can see n number of examples are there. Some of you might have heard about the Switzerland cheese. You will find more than 65% cheese from the Switzerland, which received the geographical indication, is exported. So you can imagine that how it works. Then there are also examples from the global scenario or pictures you can find. The coconut from the Thailand that has been now available in the market for almost $10 per coconut after receiving the GI. So one can imagine those who are from India, they can see only half of the dollar, maybe 50 rupees per coconut you can buy. But the coconut which received the GI from the Thailand is now fetching a good price. So these are the various examples you can see, and they promoted like champagne. They promoted in a such a way that even we won the World Cup. Our Tendulkar and other teams celebrated our victory with the champagne. So they promoted their unique product, particularly in a way that that champagne should be utilized as a celebration drink. And today you'll find that champagne is available in any almost all part of the world. So that way geographical indication is promoted or is possible to promote. Here is the particular, you can say, GI registration division on particular European Union side, where you can say more than 51% GI registered there in Europe are basically wine and spirits. So what I say mentioned about the champagne, Scotch whiskies are example of those registered GI. Then 41% products from the European Union are GI registered products are agricultural products. And handicraft, they have very less handicraft. So we have a good opportunity to export our handicraft products there in European Union. They are regularly using pashmina shawl. Pashmina shawl from the Kashmir is registered GI. Then also kesha, that what we can say saffron, is also registered GI, and they are in need of such kind of unique products. So those products are already registered GI, but yet to get the international market. So then now I'm coming to the work what I have done from my side, and some of you might have not even heard about the name of these various geographical indications. See, these are the different alcoholic beverages from different states of India and entitled to get premium price, but unfortunately not yet reached the market, and their uniqueness is not yet available to the public at large. And hence I think that's the possibility, and I'm going to cover the chart of comparative, the particularly comparative chart, how much price champagne is getting, how much price Scotch whiskey is getting, and even these unique alcoholic beverages are better than those product to in some contexts. Still, they are not receive the premium price. However, they are potential and they are from the indigenous community. Let me repeat, these different products are from the indigenous community. Now, let me explain one by one. Sur, I don't know how many of you have heard about the Sur. So Sur is basically from Uttarakhand. There is a Jansari community, indigenous community from the Uttarakhand. They have a legacy of this beverage. During, I mean, they are staying at top of the Himalayas, and then they are in need of certain energy source. So for particularly an adverse situation like at top of the Himalaya, they have there some good food culture and also beverage culture. So there they have this product called Sur. Sur is from Jansari community at the Doon Valley, and they prepare this Sur from the available particularly herbs in that region. And you will find this when we work for this GI, we also got the references from the Charak Samhita where you can say kintu, the statement say particularly available from the Charak Sanhita, Kintu Madhyam Sabhavetam Yatra Yatra Tatha Smutam Ayukti Yuktam Yogaya Yukti Yuktam Yathamutam. It means particularly, you can see it interpretation in English, but alcohol by nature is like a food in consumption and giving energy. When used in appropriately is for getting a disease, when used appropriately is like a nectar. So this is from the Charak Samhita. So we have a history, we have a record, we have a references with respect to the use of beverages since ages. And you further find this photographs, and then this is from the reference where history is trace, and then this is a product from the community. They have kept this community, and I have had an opportunity to work for this product as a geographical indication, and this product will get GI very soon. So then another product is Jogran. This is from the Assam. I work for Assam, the another states. This is a rice beer, and this is a distill from the rice beer. Basically, you can, it's completely transparent, and this is a product of our specific indigenous community called Bodo. So Bodo people are there, mainly are originated from the Bodo land of the Assam, and these indigenous people, indigenous community also residing in the forest area, and they have their own, they are very close to the nature, and then they take the sources from the nature and prepared or produce a unique product, and were not only helpful to them but entire again globe, but unfortunately not properly tapped. But fortunately I had an opportunity to work on this unique product from the Bodo land. Particularly Bodo is a tribe community. They have their regular culture called this Jogran. Jogran is, as I mentioned, is the rice beer. We have applied for this GI. This is a transparent color, transparent. You won't find there is a difference between the water and this product. And I've seen the entire process. It's a fantastic, and every home you can easily prepare that. That is what their culture, and they have an available raw material in adjacent area, so they utilize all the raw materials for preparation of this alcoholic beverage called Jogran. Jogran is part of their tradition. Jogran is part of their culture. So these indigenous community, they have this product, which is even an alcoholic beverage, but it's a nutritional or medicinal as well. We have found many article research papers on that, where we found that this beverage reduces the sugars, and and provide many nutritional ghatak or point to the individuals. So this is their tradition. During the festival season, they particularly utilize this product in a very precise manner. There is another product I have had an opportunity about this a product called Chung from the Ladakh. So I work for this another alcoholic beverage. This is also from the indigenous community from the Ladakh, where you can see it is based on barley, alcoholic beverage. This is Ladakh, and basically we know the Buddhist community is particularly residing in this uh, uh, particular area of Ladakh, and they have monastery. They have different type of uh, structures, and they are using this Chung as a part of their culture, as a part of their traditions, and since ages. Again, I mentioned many hundreds of years they have. And fortunately, we found research paper of their this uniqueness product from California University when we applied for a GI. So to apply a GI, there are many aspects need to be considered. Number one, history. Number two, community. Number three, uniqueness in terms of, as I said, nutritional value or medicinal value, and area where the product is available. Again, you will find this area, the product is attributed to particular area only. So when I say Sur, again, top of the Himalaya to face the adverse situation, but their products are nutrition. Chang is also that. Jagran is also, those are at the foothills of the Himalaya, located in the Assam area called Bodoland land. So here you will find these are the indigenous community, and they have their unique product. They have their specific cultural product that need to be recognized. Hence, we work for their GI. What had happened to the champagne can happen to our unique products from the India. What had happened to the Scotch whiskey can happen to the India, and that's why we took one step ahead on these various unique products. So then I also have had an opportunity to work for this rice-based another uh, alcoholic beverage from the Assam called Maibra. Maibra is a rice over there, and it's there. It's integral part of their socio-cultural life of the Bodos. Basically, Bodo people's worship for the Sinju. Sinju means five. Five. We know that five elements basically, or water, then your Tej, Surya, then Vayu, it's air, and then Akash, ethers. So they have this culture of the worshipping the five. So this is also reflected in their food culture, in their regular day-to-day life. It includes about the daily consumption of the rice, and they have a different type of rice, including Maibra. That is one of the rice which nutritionally very high, and you have a special alcoholic beverage process and utilization of the Maibra, that is called as a Maibra Jaw Bidwi. So we have seen Jogran, then we have also now discussing Jaw Bidwi, that is from the specific kind of a rice, that is also rice beer. Bodo people believe that Maibra Jo Bidwi is a symbol of great status and prestige. So it's a symbol of when we also have that, leaving of standard and exchange. So when you utilize, when you graduate, you have head care. So it's a symbol, it's special. During the marriages, it's like particularly offering the Maibra job BDV as a as a consider as a prestige, that what culture they also have. So this is a different rice beer, you can say, on a upper scale, and it's a different kind of people are basically utilizing this. Now, Mawa. Some of you definitely might have heard about the Mawa. This is another product I have worked from the Maharashtra, which is actually border of Gujarat, in Nandurbar districts. We work for this. There are again unique features you will find for this Mawa. This is a flower-based alcoholic beverage, basically, where Mawa is a tree naturally available in some tribal belt in Maharashtra and say other states as well. So Mawa, when I work for the Mawa, I found they have padas like we have particular talukas and all. So they have padas. The tribal community located in certain that forest belt is there is using this Mawa as their regular uh, product. And these products, basically Mawa is prepared from the flour. So this is a flour alcoholic beverage, as I mentioned. So here we can particularly say, I when I was working on this product as well as let me share my practical experience. We know that delivery, particularly birth of baby, and then we this we have doctors in city areas, and even nowadays in urban areas, as well as rural areas, you will find government hospitals are there. However, in forest area, in tribal area, there are still not have a direct access to the doctors. In such situation, there is a assistance available from the woman, traditionally called dai. So she goes to the tribal people's home, and she helped to deliver the baby. While delivering the baby, she used Mawa. So it's a natural antiseptic product, you can say, and that's how basically, again, I'm saying how unique products are they. They locally tribal people called Mawa tree as a kalpataru. It's giving you lots. It's giving you everything. So that's how it is a kalpataru. So this is another product what we have worked. How commercially all these products can be successful. Here is the best example. Goa Feni received the GI, and thereafter government of Goa declared Feni as a heritage drink, and thereafter they started selling the Goa, and recently last year they have come with the policy called Feni Policy 2021, and now they are getting the good price, and the unique product is only available in their that particular place. So government also getting the revenue. So what does it mean by commercialization? Commercialization getting the premium price, commercialization getting the revenue to the government, commercialization includes the employment to the people, commercialization is equal to the recognitions, commercialization is included the enforcement. So if I'm from Pune, wanted to sell the Goa Feni, I cannot. That's another part of the another side of the coin, what we can say. Enforcement is equally important. So there you can see commercialization of geographical indication is perfectly happened to Goa Feni. Now let me tell you now as I mentioned, I will give the comparison of this GI registered product. So apart from champagne and Scotch whisky, tequila is also registered GI. See the price on the right hand side, and you see the percentage of alcohol and raw material. So our raw material, what I mentioned about the Mawa, what I mentioned about the Chung, what I mentioned about the Sur, what I mentioned about the Job brand, what I mentioned about the my bra Job Bidwi. So these are, I just mentioned about the five, that product which we have identified. Actually we have identified 15, but we work for the 7, and now I've just covered here is only 5, where we have a lot of commercial potential. And what had happened to the Goa Feni can happen to the Mawa, can happen to the even Chang can happen, and that's why we have identified, we have worked, and we have applied for those GIs, and those GIs are in final stage of registration from the different states of India. So you can see the price right now is hardly 50 to 100 rupees to the Sur, and that can, even though that Sur is much better than the other GI registered, but price is very, very, very less, and hence we need to get it recognized. Once it is recognized as an intellectual property right of the indigenous people, then it's from the unique particularly, and then you can say get it globally. And fortunately, there are many research papers you will find on the uniqueness of these unique indigenous product of the indigenous community. So that's why I'm trying to work. So now coming to the another GI's part, where I mentioned about the manufactured goods. So these are the different further musical instrument, then textile, then handicraft can also get the geographical indication. Again, those products are you will find from indigenous community, and they need to be commercialized. We know the violin, but have you heard about the sarja? Sarja is a musical instrument of the Bodo people. I have worked for this product, and very peaceful sound you can generate through this sarja. So that's the fantastic. I've tested, I've listened, I've enjoyed, and those are really. And today, during our stressful life, such kind of musical instruments are very, very, very helpful, which will give you the lot of peace. Then you can energize yourself, and then you can uh, again get back to your work. So such kind of musical instrument which are prepared by our forefathers continue with our indigenous community. We have certain history. There are some mythological stories attached to this sarja, and even the river started listening. That's what the mythological stories I have narrated in my application. It was there, say, available in many books, and it's river from the forest. She started coming back just and flowing from the forest because she wanted to listen the music from the sarja. So that's how the many interesting facts attached to our unique product, and that's what I'm just mentioning about the Sarja. Then I have worked for the Jotha. I have also worked for the Shifang. I have not covered here, but Shifang is a bansuri. What you know, what we know, one basuri with 6 holes, but this Shifang is for 5 holes. So we want a piece, and our forefather have already made an arrangement. Through the music you will get the peace, through the music you will get an enjoyment, through the music you will get an energy, and those instruments are already available. It includes calm also, but these are the different instruments what I have had an opportunity to work, and hundreds of years history they have. Further, I have also worked for the various silks. So these silks particularly uh, silks, here you can see on the left, on the right, where I work for the Erie silk. Erie is also known as a Indie silk. Indie silk, that is basically also known as a Ayunsa silk. The silkworm from this silk will not die. It will go back to the nature, and that is also available from Assam's borderland, and Bodo people are working on that. So here is the silk you will get. Here is the manufactured goods which you get, and the nicety of this Erie silk is the life is 160. So your 3 generation can use that. I've seen that all 170 years old silk product from the Bodo land when I was working on the field work for these products. So these are the different musical instrument. I have already mentioned about the serja. This is me actually when I was using the serja, which is a traditional musical instrument, and giving you a piece. I have already mentioned, and that is actually, if you compare it with violin, we should not compare with this any. Someone may have the cultural musical instrument like a violin, but ours is Saja is better. Sifang I have already mentioned. You can see that there are only 5 holes. So Bodo people in believe in 5. So they have Sinju, that is a tree. In every home you will find a tree of 5 elements, and they are worshipping for those nature's essential 5 elements, and that is your condition. So then calm. This is again a different type of musical instrument which I have worked for the geographical indication. When I was working on this instrument, and then we found they play this instrument, and they have two objective behind while playing this calm. One is to bring all community member together when they start playing on this. So community member gets the message, oh, let's come together for a good cause, let's come together to support each other, let's come together for helping to each others and enjoy an entertainment, and likewise. So this is one objective. The another one is when you during the play, it's create a such a big sound, then it goes to the Himalayas top, and they say, okay, let's convey the message to the Lord Shiva through playing this kham. So that is another object of the kham which I have worked. And then Jota, I have already mentioned that you can play while playing it. This is a supportive musical instrument, but mainly it's different in size, it different create a different create a different sound, and ultimately this is again unique product from that. So this is a gongona again. A woman particularly plays. It's a genre of play, and then it's again say uh, it's such a beautiful culture what we have in our country, but unfortunately not really tap or reach to the right people, and then that's I think we need to work. I have also worked on these different unique product. I have registered Paitani Sari in 2009, and today you will see there are movies on Paitani Sari. There are shops on Paitani Saris. Then there's particularly recognized as, you can say, a unique product from district called Aurangabad, place called Paitan, and also there is another area where Paitani is made in Maharashtra called Yaule. So these are the different, product, and this is also called as a Deva Vastra. Particularly, it has a long history of this Paitani sari. Likewise, I also work for the Aronai from the Assam, Jimra, and also Dokona. This is another traditions culture they have in Assam. If you go there, then they will welcome you with this Dokona or Arunai. So it's a welcoming Vastra, you can say. They have cultures, and these are again from the indigenous community. We can exchange our cultures, not a culture, our culture remain as it is, but we can say exchange our some process of welcoming. Instead of gifting some type of flower, we can give this dokuna or aronai. So there will be more employment, since this is recognized as a special product, unique product by the indigenous community. That will help the protection of unique communities product, further promotion of the unique products. So this Paitani Sari, Puneri Pakdi, I have registered this headgear from Pune in 2007. This is a very successful story at my end. Uh, when I registered this Puneri Pakdi, I have had history from Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Then you will find during the Peshwa also, and one can recall the particularly movie called Bajirao Peshwa. That's Bastani's movie where Pagdi is used by the Peshwas. And even I can refer during the British era, particularly Lokmanya Tilakji. You won't find single photo of Lokmanya Tilakji without using the Puneri Pagdi. Even in Pakistan right now, there is a school named Narayan Jagannath Vaidya, established, the first school established in Karachi in 1955. That school name still remain as a Narayan Jagannath Vaidya, and 1855. 1855, this school was established, and still it's there in Karachi. You will find the Narayan Jagannath Vaidyaji's photo with Puneri Pagdi. So during British era also, this has been used. Initially, it was used as a of symbol of intellect, but when I registered, also we claimed this become a symbol of heritage, symbol of culture. And recent last week, G20 delegates visited Pune. Everyone honored with Puneri Pagdi. So one can say the cultural entrepreneurship's best example is Puneri Pagdi, what I have at my aim. So we recognize it, we identified it, we registered it, we promoted it. Not only became a symbol of welcoming the guest, but nowadays we have requested that day during registration itself, we requested to the University of Pune to replace the convocation hood, and recently University of Pune replaced the convocation hood with the Puneri Pagdi. So in due course of time, there may be a demand of 5 lakhs pagdis per year to be made. And that's how cultural entrepreneurship will be helping the employment generation, then also prosperity. So we have this. Then Hiri silk, I have already said about the particular, you can say, it's Ahimsa silk from the Bodo people, naturally and long lasting, and then it's very unique. Arunai, you will see the design. It's very nicely designed, and then there you can say mountains, and then their culture, and that's a welcoming symbol. Then this is a dokona. They use it. This is again from the indigenous community. We, we have a lot of, and then this particular product you will find. It's protecting you from the various reason. And nowadays, because of the environment change, because of the climate change, rather I would say, we need to be protected our body, and this the product like from our indigenous communities are very useful. So then further our food cultures. I have worked on these various products. Olla, it's again a natural one from the available resources. I also work for the Borsari Dal, Guaca Guaki, where you'll find 101 types of herbs are collected. Minimum, you can say 35, 34 to 101 you can prepare, and guacamole is the most nutritional food. And I think once you have, you need not to eat for another 2 to 4 or 5 days. That's kind of these things. So Ranya Rote is what I have worked from the Yavatmal. Then Renuka Mata Tambol is like, it's a pan from the Nanded districts we work. In Sanskrit it is called as a Trayodashi Vida. That's you can eat it. You can you basically you will get a good energy and its help to the digestion system. Nafam is another product. What I have worked is a fermented fish, and then uh, 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 basically it's a unique product. I will not take much of time because within 2 minutes
Yes,
I'll
yes.
finish these slides, and then I think that will be good. So
Sure,
this is
sure,
how
sure.
we work. I have mentioned about the NAFAM. This is how we are working at the, to protecting the intellectual border of India. So you need not to be a soldier always to fight the, to protect your country's border, but you can protect your country's border intellectually. That's how intellectual property protection at border we work. And state-wise, these are the different states where I work, and this is how we have protected uh, intellectual property at India's border. And this is how Maharashtra, I have had an opportunity to work for the 49 GIs. And this now we can take questions, whatever it may be. Please.
Great, sir. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate this unique insight and unique IPR that very few people are talking about. So yes, this was the question: how do GI products are differentiated with similar products? So how is the, if there are similar products, how GI tags can, how GI products can get an advantage?
See, I can read one question. Kham looks like a mrudungam. Absolutely right. Mrudungam, I'm basically from Maharashtra. I know, and I'm basically from the Warkari Sampradaya. So I have uh, have complete idea about the mridung. This is also a musical instrument. However, if you see the size, if you see the raw material used, if you see the intention behind of that particular size, and the woods which that the trees which are available there in Bodo land, that's altogether different, and it creates a big sound. And the playing of that calm is also unique. And I can request them, they can go to my Twitter or Facebook. I have already uploaded that, this that while playing the mood, this calm, what kind of songs they generate. And it 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 is fantastic. And I have personally experienced that. So mrudung playing is for, again, that is again the religious aspect. And God, again, message is to, to get the peace by religious way through the playing of such kind of instrument. And then it's similar line, but at that level where they don't have power, electricity and etc. Instead of mrudunga, they have a calm. So it's a different, but it's in the similar line, in the similar thought, in the similar way, to give the peace to the humanity. Can individual person apply for a GI? The answer is no and yes. No means only community can apply for a GI. They are the registered proprietor. However, after the registration, individual who belongs to that area, who intend to keep the quality of that product intact, he can apply for authorized users registration. Authorized user means individual who is into that business, who is already producing that product, or who may be a farmer or artisans or weavers. He can get individual certificate of GI in his name, and that is authorized user certificate, and that is what we called Part B registration.